Good Thursday afternoon, everybody. Well, here we are, March 31st. You know what that means. It's going to be my March book haul. And got a lot more than I thought I did. So you got to know by now that I always start off with Book of the Month. And Book of the Month is this monthly subscription that caters to readers. And you can pick up to 3 books. Your first month is going to be $9.99, and then your add-ons will be $9.99 a piece. And as you progress into the service, your subscription starts at $14.99 with your 2 additional books, $9.99 a piece. So let's get started. I got some really good ones. Whoa. This month. So without further ado, let's get started with my Book of the Month selections. Here they are. My March Book of the Month was The Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. She is the author of The Broken Girls and The Sundown Motel, which you'll see on my shelf over there. But this is her newest book, and she always tells her stories in 2 different timelines, and this takes place in 1977 and 2017. And apparently this is about a website that deals with like true crime, and it sounds really good. It's actually one of my most anticipated books of the year, so I'm hoping to get to it very soon. That is The Book of Cold Cases. Next one is The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. She is the author of The Guest List and The Hunting Party. The Guest List I do have. Never got to it yet, but she is basically like a modern Agatha Christie. That's a murder mystery type novel that takes place in Paris, and these strangers die off one by one. So sounds like another good one. And there's actually something on the back here. I'm going to read it to you. Meet the residents of number 12 Rue des Amants, a beautiful old apartment building in the City of Light. The socialite, the nice guy, the alcoholic, the girl on the verge, the concierge. Everyone's a neighbor, everyone's a suspect, and everyone knows something they're not telling. See you in Paris. So this is another book I want to read really soon, so there it is, The Paris Apartment. Next one I got, much thicker, but this is Karen Slaughter's Pieces of Her, and don't really know much about this. I just know that it is a Netflix series, so I'm going to read you the synopsis. Here it is. Andrea knows everything about her mother, Laura. She knows Laura has spent nearly her whole life in the small beachside town of Belle Isle, Georgia. She knows Laura's a beloved speech pathologist. She knows Laura's never kept a secret in her life. Andrea knows that Laura is everything she isn't. Confident, settled, sure of herself, feeling listless, with no direction, Andrea, unlike Laura, struggles to find her way. But Andrea's certainty is appended when a visit to the mall is shattered by an act of horrifying violence that reveals a new side of Laura. A cool woman who calmly faces down a murderer. It turns out that before Andrea's mother was Laura, she was someone completely different. For nearly 30 years she's been hiding from the woman she once was, lying low in the hope that no one would ever find her. But now she's been exposed and nothing will be the same again. To save her mother, Andrea embarks on a desperate journey following the breadcrumb trail of her mother's past. Andrea knows that if she can't uncover the secrets hidden there, there may be no future for her mother or her. So sounds pretty intense. I've heard a lot of things about Karen Slaughter. She can be very intense, so I definitely do want to try her out. That is Pieces of Her. So that is my Book of the Month picks, and I got a couple books from Thrift Books to show you. Pull them up. Surprise, surprise, they are both Goosebumps books. The first one I got is The Haunted School. This is book 59 in the series. In rather good condition, I might add, but I guess I don't really need to explain what this is about, because apparently it's about a haunted school. But yeah, that is The Haunted School by R.L. Stine. The next one I got is the next book in the series, and that is Deep Trouble 2. I lied. This is book 58, not 60. But this is the direct sequel to Deep Trouble. Yeah. Okay. Now, the next book I want to show off was actually gifted to me yesterday by a coworker of mine. And I've heard of it. It came out in January. Read the synopsis. It sounded really good. So I'm going to pull it up without me dying. But that book is Rhoda Bones by Christopher Golden, and it's actually not that long, thank you God. But this is about a film crew that goes to somewhere in Siberia, and they go missing, and this Rhoda Bones is just the remains of people under Stalin's gulag. So sounds really horrifying, and I'm all for it. But that is Rhoda Bones by Christopher Golden. Well, we come to that moment in the video where I get to talk about my giant Barnes & Noble pickups. So without further ado, let's get started on them. First book I want to show off, and of course these aren't in any order, but I got Child of God by Carmich McCarthy, and this was written in the 70s, and this is about a man accused of a rape. And I think he had like some sort of like religious background, and he never really did anything. So it's really short, and I'm pretty sure I can get to it really soon. That is Child of God. Next is Devil House by John Darnell. Darnell, however you say his name. But this kind of like reminds me of Sinister in a way, where this family goes to like this haunted house, and the father is like a true crime writer, and I just know that it's a haunted house story. Sounds really good. And I just literally got this for the cover because it looks like something that was written in like the 70s. So I'm all for it. That is Devil House by John Darnell. Next, believe it or not, is actually a sci-fi book. That is The Paradox Hotel by Rob Hart. And this takes place in the Paradox Hotel, and it's about like time travel. So what I got out of it, it's like a time travel murder mystery. And I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I definitely want to get it done soon. That is The Paradox Hotel by Rob Hart. Next is Volume 6 of The Flash Reborn, Cold Day in Hell. And I just know that this is probably just a run-in with Captain Cold. And here's going to be a couple pictures. And yeah, pretty much all I know about it. I just picked it up on a whim. So that is The Flash, Volume 6, Cold Day in Hell. Next is Volume 1 of Lock and Key. Yes, I finally started getting these. And this is Welcome to Lovecraft. And this is based, well, there's a Netflix series on right now of the same name. And this is by Joe Hill. I know. But the author of this is Joshua Williamson, Pop Mahan, Kristen Deuce, and Howard Porter. Okay. But anyway, going back to this is written by Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez. And this is just a basic haunted house story. Lock and Key, Volume 1. Couple pictures. Moving on. The next two are written by the same author, and it was an author I just showed you, but I got The Road and Blood Meridian, or The Evening Redness in the West. So, The Road is Carmich McCarthy's most famous novel, is what I heard. And this is an apocalyptic tale about a father and son just trying to survive. That's all I can tell you. And Blood Meridian is a Western, and I don't know much about this, but I heard that it's got a very ruthless villain that just simply goes by the Judge. So I'm very excited to start some Carmich McCarthy. You already seen No Country for Old Men in my January book haul. So now I have 4 of these dudes. But that is Blood Meridian. Next up is Us Against You by Frederick Bachman. This is the sequel to Beartown. And this is about like a struggling hockey team in Alaska, I want to say. But I've heard a lot of good things about this author, and I really do want to try to get into him very soon. Don't know when that'll be, but I would say Beartown and a man called Uwe would be like my top 2 that I would pick out. But I also have Anxious People, and now I got this. So that is Us Against You by Frederick Bachman. And we're almost done. I got a few books here still. This is a pretty big haul. But continuing on, I got The Night Shift by Alex Finley. And this is a book that just came out at the beginning of the month. And this sounds really, really good and up my alley. This takes place in the 90s and just literally right before Y2K. It's about this massacre like a blockbuster. So pretty much all I know about it. and I definitely can't wait to read it. And I really like that neon cover. The Night Shift by Alex Finley. Continuing on. I got The Death of Superman. Well, goddamn it, don't say no author. Okay. Dan Jurgens, Jerry Ordway, Louise Simonson, Roger Stern. And this is probably like the most famous Superman story of all time. This is about Doomsday, which is kind of like a clone of Superman that came from Krypton to destroy Superman. Hence, the death of Superman. And there's some really, really cool pictures in here. I especially like the very end. It's very sad. Let me show you that picture. So, that's the death of Superman. Okay, now I got 3 more books here. Memories Legion by James S.A. Corey. And these are short stories based in the Expanse universe. Still haven't got to the Expanse yet. So now I have 10 of these mofos. But this is just like short stories. There's only 8 stories in here. And it's still a little thick, but I think it'll be a way to maybe just see if I get into it. So I might actually pick this up first. But this was another March release. I just picked it up. That is Memories Legion. The final 2 books are very depressing subjects. Here they are. And this one is called The Least of Us, True Tales of America and Hope in the Time of Fentanyl and Meth by Sam Quinones. This is the author of Dreamland, which I still have on my shelf somewhere. But, of course, this talks about, like, addiction to fentanyl and meth. So, it's probably going to be really, really hard to read. So, it's on my shelf now. But that is The Least of Us. I talk too much. My final book is Sandy Hook, An American Tragedy and the Battle for Truth by Elizabeth Williamson. And this is a big honker too. And this happened in Newtown, Connecticut in 2012. And it was about like this dude that took the life of 20 first graders. And I want to say the principal, or I think it was his mom actually. And it's going to be a really, really sad subject. But that is Sandy Hook. And that is the end of my March book haul. Now, I want to talk to you guys seriously. I think this time I will either take a break from book hauls and try something new on the channel. Like I'm thinking about talking about like movies again. So I'll still do a little bit of book related stuff, but I'm probably not going to do many hauls anymore, and just take a break from that for a while and get some of these books that I've had for a year and a half and start reading them. So I'll let you know how the channel is going to go in the next week or two. I do plan on doing like a book of the month TBR, so look out for that one. And I also want to do a Kindle TBR. Just want to take a break from buying books because I have like 4 bookshelves full. I just can't stop doing it. But that's going to be the end of this video, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye. Peace.